whopping 39.2 million at a time. And there are a few big launches to thank. And I think it's not only like big launches to games to thank as to why Steam is expanding. I also think it is dominant on the in the PC gaming space. But not only that, more people than ever are coming over to PC games. Because like people of previous generations, unless they were like, I don't want to say nerds, but unless they were like highly technologically literate, it was very, very, very extremely unlikely that they were PC gamers in any way, shape, or form, because it was way more difficult, way more expensive, and way harder to get into back in those times. Because let's say pre-2010, if you wanted to build a PC, nigga, good luck, nigga. You're gonna have to go to the library and print out a bunch of forum posts to know how to put pieces of your computer together and learn how to shop for your computer. You damn near needed a degree to do it before 2010. And you had tutorials from 2010 to about 2000. You had tutorials and forums to look for if you knew where to look, if you knew about forums, period. So that being said, like those prior generations had a way bigger stigma towards PC gaming, and at the time the best type of gaming was, depending on what you played, arcade games, then home gaming. And as home gaming became more popular, PC gaming became more popular. And now that PC gaming is more accessible than ever, with more people wanting to build a PC, what is the most dominant storefront for digital game purchasing? Just game purchasing, period. What is the most dominant way to buy games on PC digitally? What's the most dominant digital game marketplace? Steam. So what do you think is gonna happen? Most people are gonna use Steam. That's a big part of why their concurrent play record is going up and up and up. But let's read about how reportedly, as by Sweet Clockers, a PC gaming platform managed to hit a total of 39 million players on the 8th of December, Sunday at 2 p.m. UTC, as can be stopped. Wait, what? As can be, I'm assuming they meant to say stoop or snooped. As can be stopped on Steam DP, 12 million of those were actually in games, with the rest having the Steam app open to some capacity, casually browsing, downloading games, or just looking through the software. Basically, it said, hey, this many people, this how many people we got in the mall, this how many people brought something in that mall. Notably, this huge number is partially influenced by the dual launch of both Marvel Rivals and Path of Exile 2, which is a game I give no fucks about, but I've heard a lot about in terms of just hearing and seeing different people talk about it and say they want to play it and stuff. With a few single-player releases like Dragon Age of Veilguard, Black Myth Wukong, and Baldur's Gate 3rd Edition contributing tens of thousands. Marvel reveals the superhero universe's attempt at, oh yeah, they're just gonna explain the game. Path of Exile 2 is an even more impressive launch, as it's a paid, albeit fairly cheap, early access launch. Does it say the price? No. Okay, open link in the tab. How much does Path of Exile cost? That was a nothing burger ass link. Right. $29. So $30-ish, give or take. Maybe on discount about 25, 20, but around $30-ish, and over time the price will go down, because that's how items in terms of markets are supposed to work. Nintendo's the anomaly, guys. Nintendo games don't go down because Nintendo doesn't want it to go down, not because it can't. This game has been doing so well that its devs haven't been able to fully keep up with the demand on its servers. There were over 40,000 players, 400,000, players in this action RPG at the moment of the record, and the player figures could have been even higher if server issues didn't persist over the weekend. Damn, so this shit had a Helldivers release. They basically made a hit that they didn't even know was a hit the way it hit for real. Like, the concurrent player figure is even more impressive when you consider that in January of this year, the previous record of over 30 million players was beaten by 30 million what? 33.5 was beaten by 33.6 at one time. Then in August, Steam managed to surpass 37 million. Yeah, because it's in August, is in the summer. more and more people are playing games on PC, even at younger ages. More people are getting on PC Parts Picker and doing a godforsaken action of hopping on pre-built PCs.com or some other type of website. The launch of Marvel Rivals and Paths of Exile 2 only account for just shy of 1 million of this new record, so this suggests a general uptick in many games, not just a handful. That weekend saw big player figures in Counter-Strike 2, PUBG, blah blah blah, tag stuffing. So yeah, I just wanted to put this out there to say, anybody who is saying that dumbass shit about, oh, nobody plays games on PC gaming is stupid, console forever, I'ma live the console wars, anybody saying PC Master Race is an idiot, anybody still saying that dumbass shit in this day and age, I would say go get your money up, fuck nigga. That's what I would say, because that sounds like the words of a broke ass nigga that can't afford to get more than one platform. Oh, this one I more so just wanted to notify people about. I don't know why I didn't say the actual article, probably because I'm a dumbass dingbat, but Astrobot comes all over festives. What? That's why I saved this shit, because I forgot about this crazy ass title. Astrobot comes all over festive. What? They're dropping a winter level and they're talking about coming or something like that. When does it drop? I just wanted to bring this article up to remind people Peak is still getting updates. And when is the update? This is a gift, so the update will be free to those who have complete Astrobot. Oh god, please don't tell me I have to beat that final level. And on PlayStation blog update, developer team Asobi said it was the studio's way of saying thank you to all the kind words and support. Released back in September. As for way is actually included, new level, blah, 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 blah. Yes, it is a wintry theme, keeping it detail pretty. What the fuck? Niggas be pulling words out they ass. What the hell is a shkatoon? Oh, silent. Not too. Alright, so made up word. For now, says it will keep things in a brand new spot as your crew. This winter update was made with every user. Okay, when is it coming out? No hair pulling challenge this time. We had a lot of fun, blah blah. We'll go live tomorrow, the 12th of December. Oh shit! I don't have to wonder what game I'm playing tomorrow, because I know it's gonna be Astrobot. Wait, when they say 6 p.m. Pacific time, it's 2 a.m. for those on the chilly or whatever. 6 p.m. Pacific time. What is that in EST? 6 p.m. Pacific time in EST. 9 p.m. Oh yeah, so definitely I'll be able to play it on stream. Yes, sir. GameSpot, why are you not loading? Oh. You pretty much see what I was gonna say, but I wanted to make some jokes and talk more about this, but yeah. For the 6.5 niggas that brought an alarmo, there you go. Now, not only can you wake up to gunshots, you could wake up to and in the middle of the night and in the morning. This is another article I saved about Astrobot. What do we have? Oh, we have quite a few articles left. Warhammer's 2 players discover unannounced research center which houses all sorts of unreleased secrets. Not gonna lie, I'm stupid as hell. I thought this was about the new update. So let's talk about some other significant news. This one, I don't really want to read over it too much. I more so want to just mention it in passing. Black Myth Wukong added a patch that added a challenge. I seen in the thumbnail that I got this tweet of, not the thumbnail, the hook line. The hook line, like the line that's supposed to bring you in to read the article. For this, I saw that they also said that they added a boss rush mode. So not only do they have a boss rush mode, they added new equipment, weapons and stuff, and they added maps for each of the levels. Black Myth Wukong is halfway to being a game that I would actually be interested in now. Now that it has maps, now that I don't have to be curious about where the fuck I'm going, now that I don't have to run into circles and wonder why this invisible wall is here and why I can't go past it. Almost there. Now, All I need is I'm gonna wait a couple more months. Give us performance updates. Once I see performance patches and performance updates that really let me know, and once I can buy this on physical and I really get to play this game and not have to worry about if my PS5 is gonna transform into a damn bomb, it's gonna C4 to my prime, bah! And blow my crib up, I'll play it. So this game is halfway to be playable. Now I just need them damn optimization patches to drop. But speaking about optimization patches to drop, let's talk about how WB is just ready to drop this game. Because for those of y'all who were unaware, I don't know what happened to the other one, but WB has 2 studios that are supposedly supposed to be working on a Wonder Woman game. I don't know if I've reviewed it or been over it on stream, but basically that game is in what's known as development hell. For those of you new to this type of scenery and don't know what development hell is, basically whenever a game is at that point to where creatively everybody who's making the game is tired, the people who are like CEOs and investors of this game, they're like, yo, we're spending too much money on this game. Or maybe there's internal politics going on and they don't want to support the game, they don't want the game to happen, they don't want the game to come out, so they start going, yo, fuck out of here, we don't want this game to exist, we don't want nothing with this game to exist, nothing with this game to happen. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cock block and dick ride a whole lot so that this game doesn't come out because we don't like the people making the game, for example. So a lot of stuff like that happens in these type of scenes and in these type of spaces. So this game is in development hell. We saw a teaser like they said, I think 2-3 years ago. We haven't seen the open world Wonder Woman game for 3 years, and 3 years ago. And now according to this headline, it was literally nothing when WB Games announced it all that time ago. Oh, okay, of course my mouse passes away. You get something to plug it up real quick. Oh, don't plug it. Hentai. Alright, no, I'm plugging my mouse. Alright, let's read about this. Hopefully, I'm not gonna lie, I want this game to come out because I missed the whole idea of the Nemesis system. I missed the idea of playing around with the Nemesis system. I just miss it. And WB, their greedy asses, and dickhead Zaslav, they just have their fucking hands tightly gripped around the throat of this goddamn system, and they're not letting it go anywhere. They're abusing this system. Not gonna lie, if I was a snitch ass, bitch ass, hoe ass, fuck ass, need to trip on a rock ass nigga, if I was a McDonald's employee, I would definitely call the police on dickhead Zaslav for the abuse that he's doing to that damn patent, copyright, trademark, whatever the fuck it is, for the Nemesis system. I would definitely call up, bro, because this shit is not right, bro. You're holding on to the Nemesis system and you just not using it. You just got the Nemesis system over there like my new little Dubsys statue that I'm learning to use to learn the 3D model. You just got that bitch on the shelf. You're not doing nothing with it. You're not touching it. You're not upgrading nothing. You're not improving nothing. That bitch is on the shelf, just sitting there, doing nothing. Like my sons, they just sitting there, doing nothing. All day, every day, just sitting there. It's like, bro, the fuck you got this system for if you ain't gonna use it? Shit legit makes me mad. But after getting fancy cinematic trailers during the 2021 Game Awards, the Wonder Woman and Star Wars Eclipse teams have barely uttered a word about the retrospective projects, starting a sentence off with a conjunction. Now, Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, yo, I don't know who the fuck Jason Schreier is, but this nigga be revealing everybody's business. Bro, if I was doing something shady in the gaming business, I would be scared shitless every time anybody says the name Jason Schreier. Cause this time, he's claimed that both projects barely existed at the time of announcement, adding fuels to everyone's theories. He says on the Kinda Funny Games show, if you look back, one of the big announcements a few years ago was Star Wars Eclipse and Wonder Woman. When that was announced, it was like literally nothing. It was like paper. There have been so many times where it's been this hyped big teaser trailer announcement and then you're not going to see that thing for a very long time. Schreier also said that the upcoming Game Awards 2024 show is likely to have a few more high-profile announcements for games that won't be ready for years to come. Which, yeah, usually that happens every year. But yo, it's been 3 years and you niggas still ain't got shit. Why even announce a game if the team at... Thank you. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's almost like... It like... Because I know technically I'm gaming media, because what I do is I sit here and I yap about gaming news and I add my own spins to it, my own little hood nigga translations or whatever the fuck, even though I claim suburbia. I have my little hood nigga translations translated so that black people can understand, basically. It's like, yo, all of gaming media is saying the same shit, right? You could write that off as maybe a vocal minority. But if regular normal niggas are picking up a camera and just saying a bunch of shit on camera, and one thing that we're all commonly saying, that we have evidence and reasons to back up, is that you niggas need to stop announcing games before you have anything developed for it. Maybe you should do it. And I know, I'm well aware, because I actually do my research. I actually know some people who are video game developers. Not so much industry level, but people who are on that industry level. I do watch their interviews. I do read their books, their blog posts, stuff like that. That shit I mostly do off stream, because that shit be long and boring. But I do read that type of shit and absorb that type of information and content. And one thing I am aware of is sometimes companies will release trailers and stuff like that for games as a political move to try and force the hand of the company, because it's like, yo, we showed a trailer for this game and you're just gonna cancel it, you're gonna close it, you're gonna shut the doors, you're gonna say, oh, no comprende, nobody gets to see this. Sometimes that's their way even to gauge hype before the game is made, to see if the game is worth making at all. Like, if you make a game and if you have a game concept and you release a trailer for it and nobody's going, yeah, woo, then it's probably not worth making. Well, studios often release early trailers to attract new talent. Oh yeah, that's a thing too. Well, studios often release the one I've heard most commonly is the political one, but this one I've heard too, but less often. Star Wars Eclipse is being made by Quantic Dream, the company behind Detroit Become Human and Heavy Rain. Yeah, sounds like some shit that's gonna be a sleeper. I've never played Heavy Rain, but Detroit Human. So they probably want developers with action adventure experience to jump aboard. Wonder Woman, on the other hand, is being handled by Monolith, which already has an excellent track record with single world open worlds after its two. I'm not even gonna read the title of those games because I'm gonna lose my shit and flip the fuck out. Yeah, man, stop announcing games. I understand y'all do it to attract new talent. I understand y'all want to show people new games are being made. So yes, we do need new employees. I understand you want to force hands with political moves, but it's like, yo, bro, not all. I hate that dumbass phrase. All press is good. No, it's not. No, it's not. All press is not good press. Okay. All press is not good press. Now, does that mean you should only go for good press, the greatest press ever? No, that's not what it is. There's a lot more times than often where press that seems bad or not the greatest can be flipped into a good thing. Like, for example, all the bad press at the beginning of No Man's Sky is now just a testament of how hard the developer worked on that game and how far that game has come. And it's the reason why I forgot what it's called, but dude is releasing a game next year that a lot of people are hyped for and a lot of people are looking forward to. Because if you look back at the articles of No Man's Sky's reception on release, niggas hated what he threw out there. Niggas was like, this shit is trash. And even when I was reading about it in Game Informer, rest in peace, reading about it in Game Informer, I was like, yo, this shit seems like it has a lot of potential, but it's not gonna come to fruition for years to come. And luckily that game came out at a time where people were more patient with games that gave you promises of stuff that's happening in the future, and it was less games releasing now versus less games releasing then versus now. So it's like, yo, I understand y'all have y'all internal reasons, but it's like, bro, if you have nothing worked on for the game, don't announce it, bro. Don't announce it. Don't announce it. This one, I more so wanted to mention for any of my Cyberpunk players. This is a good thing. It's a happy thing. Celebrate, rejoice, clap it up. Apparently, Cyberpunk 2077, if you don't know and you haven't played Balataro, there's a card deck in Balataro based off of Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 is showing love back to Balataro by, in a new update, secretly adding a Balataro side quest and a bunch of other unlisted stuff. Now, I'm not gonna go through this list and show you all this stuff, but look, you see that right there? And this is why I was saying earlier in the stream, on the other part of the stream, when I was talking about the BAFTA, I was basically having a conversation about which one of those things that were nominated for this year, which one of those things could be iconic outside of just the gaming sphere or the greater gaming sphere, and could actually leave and bust into the mainstream of just human culture, like in the way that a Pokemon or a Candy Crush has. Balataro has this iconic mascot that could leave the space, like even right here in this Cyberpunk picture where you can't even see the full mascot's face. Or you can't even see the full mascot's face, and you still can recognize them and know what they are and what it is, and you get reminded of the game and whatnot, which this is, can y'all see up there? Yeah, this is a post from Cyberpunk reposting it under his post basically. So yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know it exists in the game. I don't know much about it. I don't know anything about it at all, besides that it exists in the game and you can now go play it. Something I do know a little bit about is Sony saying that there's no major risk of players choosing PC game over a PS5, even if the PS5 Pro is $700 and the base console got a price hike in some region. Now, I'm gonna read this. Wait, is this article long as shit? Okay, no, because this I mostly want to see the quote in this article. I don't give a fuck about the yapping. Matter of fact, before I yap, let me look for the quote. Speaking during a shareholders question and answers held early last month, Sony confirmed as much after questions regarding PS5 exclusives and their role in preventing players from swapping from consoles to PC came to light. We are in the latter half of the console cycle for the PS5. PS4 owners, all my friends out there, all my fellas and my fellaettes out there that want to swear to God that the PS4 is a modern console and that games should come to PS4. First off, fuck you. No, it's not coming to PS4. And just to clarify, I'm not saying fuck you to the people who like legitimately don't give a fuck about gaming and use it as a Netflix machine. I'm talking about the people who so-called claim that they're gamers, but about to be 5 years into the gaming cycle, into the console's life cycle, they still ain't got one. Nigga, we about to be on a PS6. Anyway, we are in the latter half of the console cycle for the PS5, and the number of PS5 titles has been increasing. We have also confirmed internally that the transition of users from the PS4 to PS5 is trending well. That's good. Clap it up for the PS poor niggas that are upgrading to the PS5. The company continues stating that player swap from the 4 to the 5 has resulted in more digital transactions. In addition, we see users tending to purchase more software when they switch to the 5, which we see as a positive. Most of that is probably due to playing the console's all digital version as a lower entry price point. Even though, in addition, we see as a positive, even though PS4 users are shifting to the 5, however, Sony says that it doesn't see a similar move from PS5 to PC, nor does it feel as though any such move will potentially happen in the near future. In terms of losing users to PCs, response to company, we have neither confirmed that any such trend is underway, nor do we see it as a major risk so far. Translation, just to give you a little rundown, just to help you understand. Sony said, are we worried whenever we hear somebody talk about or bring up the conversation of our PC players now switching to PC, we don't go and get surprised and start getting worried and try and get people to forget. They're not worried, because what do I say? There are a lot of illiterate ass niggas that can't read so badly. They can't screw a fucking screwdriver. Number one. Number two, there are always just going to be uses for a console. The good thing about a console is, even though it's less so now, one of the advantages to a console compared to a PC is that it's more plug and play. Whenever you want to play a game on your PS5, you don't have to download no dang drivers. You don't have to download no alternate software to get your accessibility controllers to work. You don't have to worry about if your PS5 can run it. It can, probably at a lower frame rate if it's later in the life cycle. If you're a PS4 user. So like, it's more plug and play. It's easier to use. And your options, you don't have to worry about analysis paralysis, because there's a lot more curated content in places that's easier and more simple to access, because they simplify their storefronts. It's just easier and more plug and play than if you get a PC. Because if you get a PC, to be fair to console niggas, I'll give them this. Building a PC isn't complicated, but building a PC is more complicated than a lot of PC players would like to admit. Because even if you buy a pre-built, you have to realize that you're paying a tax for somebody else to build your PC, right? How you want it. And you still have to figure out, what parts do you want? What type of performance do you want? Do you want to future-proof your computer? Do you want a computer that's just for now? Is this going to be a side computer that you only use for gaming? Or is this going to be a main computer? Is this going to be a main computer for just you, or a main computer for everybody in your household? What is the most strenuous task you're going to be on this computer? Are you going to do stuff that's CPU intensive or GPU intensive? Or do you have enough money to just max out both to the highest standard? So there's a lot of things that come with PC gaming that us PC gamers don't see as complicated, and there's a lot of tools to decomplicate the process. But remember, what's the average reading level, guys? Eighth grade. The average reading level of a American citizen is 8th grade. Please don't forget that. And please never forget that part of what comes with reading, because a lot of people don't realize that some of the things you learn in school aren't about the actual skills themselves. It's about the critical skills surrounding it that you're supposed to take from it. So for example, the point of taking advanced mathematics types is, yeah, you learn advanced mathematics, but after algebra, you're really just learning shit just to learn shit in terms of, will you ever use those maths in life? The idea of learning those more advanced mathematics is to teach you to critically think about things. The reason why they have you read certain books and critically ask you to think about it, aka writing essays, is because they want you to practice taking in information, processing it in a way to where you can articulate it and express your thoughts and viewpoint about that information to other people, and communicate with them in a way that they may be able to understand what you're saying, what you believe, and what you think, and be able to process those things in a way to where they could have an active conversation going back and forth with you, maybe whether it's sharing notes, whether it's you trying to convince them, so on and so forth. Those are the skills that you're supposed to take away from a lot of these things, but a lot of people aren't taught about the concept of transferable skills, so they think that they're being taught trigonometry, because when I'm 24 at my cashier job, I'm gonna need trigonometry to put the fries in the bag and hand it to the customer after I ring them up and press the fries button to give them some fries. No, it's to teach you how to think critically and critically understand your situations and environments around you and things that you're doing and whatnot. And that's a little bit yappage, and that's like a long-winded explanation to say a lot of people don't have high comprehension skills. It is what it is. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I do realize that my comprehension skills are sadly higher than average, and I don't even think my shit's that high. It's just higher than what the average is. We have neither confirmed that any such trend, in terms of losing users to PC, they have neither confirmed that any such trend is underway, nor do they see it as a major risk so far. It would be a valid concern, though, as reported by Automaton in August, the PS5 suffered a loss of sales due to Sony hiking the price for the standard console by about $85, where Xbox figures went up. A situation that implies the swap occurred Nah, that's not a swap. Because a swap would mean that people are selling their PS5 to get an Xbox or to get a discount to buy a new Xbox. That just means out of people who had a choice between PS5 and Xbox, they chose Xbox. Please remember, a lot of people early on did not buy Xboxes because there's no exclusives, there's no promise of any reason to buy it other than it says Xbox on it. Xbox's brand and their staying power has not been in good with the gaming community for the last 2 generations, this generation and the last one. So they have to fight really, really hard to get people in their fan base. That's why Xbox is putting Xbox games on PlayStation. While it's not exactly the same, the high price of the recent release PS5 Pro could be on behalf of a bunch of tag stuffing shit to get you to read the article. And something else I wanted to go over. Yeah, this shit long as fuck. Alright, so we're gonna Control X, go to Perplex. Yep, perplexity.ai. And we're gonna hit them with the classic. PLE's summarize. Can't see the damn word. No, gosh darn it. That's not the wrong way. Please summarize this article into 6 or less simple bullet points. And if I need any more content, oh shit. Yeah, edit query. And if I need any more context on anything, I'll just go to the article. However, you can share main points or details from it. What? I just gave you the fucking article. What do you mean you don't? Okay, maybe Control AX. No, don't X a follow-up. Fuck it. Ding, ding, oh. Ding, 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 ding. What do you mean from the URL? What do you mean? Did I copy the URL wrong? Did I copy the URL wrong? Is there something I can remove and still get the same article? No. Okay, so boom, X, Perplexity AI, there we go, V, please summarize this article. Hey, if this shit don't take it this way, then I can't help. I'm just done with the article. There we go. It was that end. It was that shit on the end. All right. So basically, for those of y'all who aren't aware, the CEO that we're about to have, hopefully CEO. Now I'm playing. But the CEO we have that's about to come into office, Donald Trump, is proposing a tariff where basically imports and stuff like that from other countries are going to cost more, especially China, because the goal of that is to bring a lot of factory working jobs and stuff like that to America. That's the short of it. We're going to read this and we're going to read about how it affects games, because I stay away from politics, but I always talk about gaming topics, and I always want to let people know, like, hey, bro, just because you don't involve yourself in politics, please know it affects you. Okay? Proposed tariffs. Donald Trump has discussed implementing tariffs of 60% or more on products imported from China, which could significantly impact the prices of video games, consoles, and accessories. Yes, because a lot of those come from overseas. Let me see if this controller I got is made in China, actually. Wireless controller, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Can y'all see it? You know, actually, it would be better if I take a picture with my phone. I'm gonna take a picture of the back of the shit with my phone. Ooh, and then I could just share it with myself. fucking focus. There we go. Let me send it to myself in Discord. Let me open up my Discord and hope the porn Discord doesn't pop up. Sent. Doom. Doom. So this oh my god, now I have to snip and sketch. Oh, one more second, guys. First off, let's put that back. Snip and sketch. Look, so this PS5 controller, you pay attention to the back of it. I highlight it and zoom in. Where is it? And zoom in. What is it? No. H? What the fuck is this? And zoom in. Where is it? Damn. This one didn't focus too well. Where the fuck was it? It says miniature. Oh. Right under this black bar. If you pay attention and you look, you squint a little bit, you'll notice that right there, it's hard to see, but that text right there says made in China. And this is a test you can do with a lot of items you have in your day-to-day life and that you just have around the house. A lot of things that we use in America are currently made in China. This dude Trump is apparently trying to put some of these jobs and stuff back in America by raising tariffs to make it more expensive to make that stuff overseas, meaning more companies will want to invest in making companies over here. And you know what happens when they invest in making companies over here? You get more jobs for the American citizens that are like factory jobs and stuff like that. Economists believe such high tariffs are unrealistic and could lead to companies halting trade with the US, potentially harming more than it helps. Impacts on video games, though. This is specifically what I want to talk about. The VG industry is already facing challenges. Yeah, because a lot of these video game companies are already facing challenges in terms of profit, because a lot of them are spending $20 quadrillion on a fucking game just to make nothing back, to lose money to a nigga in his basement slowly making a game over 3 years by himself that is blowing their shit out the water. The video game industry is already facing challenges, and the tariffs could be another problem on top of that could exacerbate already existing issues by raising price for both physical and digital games, affecting upcoming releases such as GTA 6 and the Switch 2 console in general. Manufacturing adjustments. Companies such as Nintendo have already begun producing a significant portion of their consoles outside of China, aka Chain Together. Was Chain Together Chinese? Get the fuck out of here. Wait, hold up. I'm already in a search engine. Was Chain Together a Chinese? I think I spelled Chinese wrong as fuck. Chain Together is not a Chinese game. It was developed by an indie studio. The game was released. Yeah, what are you talking about? What? Wait, what does Chain Together got to do with anything? I'm confused now, big bro. Also, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Manufacturing adjustments. Companies like Nintendo have already begun producing a significant portion. Basically, for those of y'all who don't understand what they're saying, basically a lot of these companies are seeing how much it's supposed to cost. That 60% ain't no joke. For those of y'all who don't have a gauge, that's 60% a lot. Now I was talking about the big game devs versus guy in a basement. Oh yeah, Chain Together. Although Chain Together is one of those asset flip streamer everybody type ass games. So I get where you're going, but but yeah. Oh yeah, Chain Together did outsell a lot of larger games too. You're right. Also, Chain Together, Lethal Company, even though there's a less recent example, Among Us. So there's a lot of guy in his basement ass games that are out selling big games. So a lot of these studios are already scared from that. Then on top of that, the reason why they're producing a lot more consoles now is basically they're trying to get ahead of the curve. They're afraid that it's going to cost an exorbitant amount later. So they said, let's mass produce. Let's chill out with our spending in these other areas that we think are going to be fine. These other areas that may be affected by the tariffs, but not as much as this area will be. Let's chill out with our spending in those departments. Push our spending and ramp up production to try and overproduce way more than we think we need, so we have extra backstock for a very, very long time, because these prices are about to make shit look ugly. To mitigate tariff, they're doing that though to mitigate tariff impacts, while Microsoft and Sony are also diversifying their manufacturing locations, which this is not gonna make them build shit in America en masse. Like, that's just facts. Why? One of the reasons I always say is not gonna do that is because we have labor laws. Now, I'm not saying China has no labor laws, but I'm saying its labor laws are nowhere near as strict as America, even in terms of like the unionization and stuff like that. Now, I could be wrong, and maybe in the last like 2-3 years or so, there's been a massive change, massive difference in the markets and the way living conditions and shit over there is. But generally speaking, their labor laws are a lot more loose. So not that, the fact that their labor laws are loose, combined with the fact that just naturally their money isn't as strong as the US dollar, in two different ways, it is significantly cheaper production wise to do anything over there versus in America. Companies like Nintendo have already begun producing a significant consumer behavior shift. Higher console prices may drive consumers towards cloud gaming and streaming services as alternatives to purchasing new hardware. Yeah, that's gonna be a big thing, because if it's gonna cost a lot more to make, like, not the game itself, not the software behind the game, but if it is costing more money to physically make the disc and put it on a shelf, on top of the fact that I'm the weirdo when it comes to buying games. Most of my friends, and probably y'all watching in the audience, think about it. Most of y'all probably buy your games digitally, even if you're a hardcore gamer, because you just want to play the game. You don't give a fuck about the disc or not. You probably just want to play the game. So most of y'all just go on Steam, go on PlayStation Store, go on Xbox Network or whatever the fuck, and buy the game digitally. So those are getting more and more rare, because it is becoming less and less cost effective. Because like, you got to look at it from a company's perspective. Why the fuck am I spending money? Like, why the fuck am I spending money making physical versions of the game when they cost way more than making a digital version of the game? Number one. Number two, I gotta put it on a shelf in a store, or put it on a shelf in a warehouse in Amazon, so somebody could stroll in and buy it. Most people don't buy games. Most people don't buy anything, period, walking and physically going in the storefront and going, what do I want off this shelf? Most people just don't buy stuff like that anymore. That's why if you go to malls, even at Christmas times, like right now, the way, because I recently been to a mall, like in the last month, the way the malls look at Christmas time and at like fucking holiday seasons and stuff like that, the way it looks now is the way it looked on a light day like 10 years ago. If you went to the mall 10 years ago on a light day, like let's say in a January or something like that, on a light day, that's the way the shit is looking now during holiday seasons like Black Friday and stuff like that. I heard on Amazon people are getting the EU version on Elden Ring instead of the US version. Well, I mean, it's 2024. Games aren't region locked, so I don't know why that's like a bad thing or anything. I don't know why that's significant. I will say the most significant thing I could think about it is if I brought one version of the game and I got another, I would be somewhat upset, but I can see why people are pissed. I personally wouldn't be pissed though. But it's reflecting a potential shift in how games are consumed. Yeah, The shift has already started to happen en masse. It's already like I said. When it comes to buying physical games, my friends that are gamers, especially the ones that play bullshit ass, fake ass games like 2K, I'm the weird nigga when it comes to buying games physically. Nigga, whenever Amazon releases a game physically and the EU version, you can't play the DLC. What the fuck? That's so random. That's so random. You know what? I'm curious. I'm curious as to why. But what was I saying? What was I saying before that? Fuck. Oh yeah, more people have already shifted over. More people have already shifted over to buying games digitally, and if it's going to be even more expensive to make physical versions because they want their profit margins to stay the same and rise and rise and rise, yeah, man, digital gaming, like this is gonna be like, you know how with a collector's edition they give you mementos and they give you a bunch of random useless trinkets and shit for you to celebrate the game and its popularity and whatnot. It's gonna get to the point to where this buying the game physically is gonna be the collector's edition, because right now trying to buy a game physically the month it comes out on Amazon is damn near impossible, no matter how popular it is. But what was I about to type? Oh, why can't you play the DLC on the EU version of DLD? Don't know why I spelled it out when I could have just typed it, but whatever. No, I'm not signing in, game. You can't play the DLC on the EU version if you due to region locking. Nigga, it is 2024. What the fuck you mean due to region locking? To have the EU physical disc, you must purchase the DLC. So damn. So if somebody brought the DLC, they would have to buy it again if they got the wrong version? Okay, now I can understand why people are pissed. Save files are also region locked. What? Rebuy the DLC. What? Purchase both the base game and the DLC. Yo, so this is even another thing that encourages people to buy it digitally. Because if I buy the DLC and if I buy the game physically, I run the risk of having to worry about this. This basically just encourages me or scares me into just buying the game digitally, period, so I don't have to worry about shit like this in cases where there is region locking. Which now begs the question, why the fuck is Elden Ring region locked? Lucky I got the US version. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Amazon be sending niggas the wrong versions of the game. Cause for Rise of the Ronin, I did not pre-order that game, and I got the pre-order version with the pre-order bonus. So that's not a new thing for Amazon. They do be sending niggas the wrong version. Like I said, I've technically been affected by this, but I was affected by it in a positive way, so I kind of shut the fuck up. DLC compatibility. Account restrictions. Players often face issues when their game and DLC are purchased from different regions. Save file locking. Region locking can also be seen as a way for publishers to manage their pricing and distribution. Yeah, that's not specific. It's got to be something way more specific than just, oh, it's region locked, the save files aren't compatible. Nigga, why? It's not like in the early PS2 days where if you brought a European PS2, you couldn't play US games because there were certain different rules and standards for the versions of the game and stuff like that, where if you brought this version of the game, it might have a certain scene or something like that censored out. Like, nah, bro. And even if that is the case, it's like, nigga, you could just have the console go, oh, this console is registered with the US account and the IP or whatever is a US IP. So let's ask them, do you want to download the EU version or the US version? I don't know. This seems like something that could be fixed with a simple fix. But with that being said, I gotta decide what I want to play. I really gotta decide what I want. Oh, actually, Nah, I'm not playing Until Dawn. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Tomorrow I'm playing Astrobot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna restart my computational device real quick. Just like how if you want to stick around and watch the stream, the gaming portion of the screen, all you have to do is press the refresh browser on your browser. All you gotta do is once I go off, count to like 10 and just hit refresh, and I'll be back in a second. I'll be back in a jiffy. Light on. Peace. I'll see you in like 2 seconds for the gaming portion of the stream.